In this session, we're going to discuss the SIR, or the Fast Installation Routine. Looking at the front of our control box, we have 5 buttons here on the front panel. We have the Program button, which we use for entering the programming mode. We have the E button, or Enter button, to enter any data that we have changed or any parameter that we're going to. We have the plus button, the minus button, and the double arrow button, which we use to change our values. So, to begin, we're going to hold down the P button and turn on the control box. And when we have code displayed, then we're ready to program. Do not release the P button until you see code, or it will not go into the programming mode. Next, we'll press the double arrow button one time. That will turn code into 4 zeros, and the blinking 0 is the digit that we will be changing. So, to enter our code, the first digit we're going to enter is a 3, so we will press the plus button 3 times and change our blinking 0 to a 3. Next, we'll press the double arrow button. The next 0 will blink. We will plus it to 1. Double arrow button again. The next 0 will blink. We will plus it to 1. One more time, we'll press the double arrow button and we will plus the end 0 to 2. And it shows our code 3112. This is the code that we'll use to enter the programming. We'll enter the programming by pressing the E or Enter button, and it's going to go to parameter 200. To enter the speedy installation or fast installation routine, we need to go to parameter 500. To do that, we will press the double arrow button one time, which will make the 2 blink. Using the plus button, we will change it to a blinking 5, and we have our 500. Next, press Enter, and it shows you SIR on the display. Next, to enter the programming sequence, we will press the double arrow button again one time, and it will go to parameter 290. Parameter 290 is where we set our sewing mode, whether it be lock stitch, chain stitch, or it may be for a specific machine. The list in the parameter list will show you all of the different modes that we have. When we enter this parameter, the preset value is 5. This is general purpose chain stitch mode, which normally for a chain stitch machine or an overlock machine, this will work fine. If we want to use a lock stitch machine, we will reduce this to mode 00. This is general purpose lock stitch mode. So, since this is a lock stitch machine that we have, we will enter that, and next we will go to parameter 161. Parameter 161 is the direction of rotation. We will press Enter, and it's set at a value of 1. 1 represents counterclockwise rotation, whereas 0 would represent clockwise rotation. In this case, the machine will rotate counterclockwise, and we will leave the setting at 1. Enter that value. We go to the next parameter, which is parameter 272. This is the transmission ratio. We're going to enter this parameter. It shows you a value of 1,000. This represents a direct drive 1-to-1 ratio. If you're running a V-belt, you will need to divide the motor pulley size by the sewing machine pulley size to get the transmission ratio. In this case, we're running a 63 millimeter pulley on the motor, and the sewing machine, we've already measured, has a 67 millimeter pulley. When we divide that out, we come to a value of 940. So we are going to reduce this value to 940. This is the correct transmission ratio for this machine. Enter that value, and it next goes to parameter 270. Now this is a very important parameter because this parameter is where we select our synchronizer type. When we enter it, we will find that it's set at 0. 0 is the preset, and this is representing direct drive. No synchronizer would be needed in this case. However, this machine does have a synchronizer, so we're going to plus the value to 1. This will tell the computer that we are running a synchronizer and will now enable the controller to look at the synchronizer for our needle positioning. We will enter this, and it will go to the next parameter, 451. Parameter 451 allows us to set our needle down stopping position. So we're going to enter this value. We will see it is 180. This is a preset value. So now we're going to set our lower needle position. Now, even if you only stop and needle up, we still need to set a lower needle position. So I'm going to turn the hand wheel of the machine in the counterclockwise direction, and I'm going to turn it first until the numbers start to update. And there you can see the numbers have already started to update. I want to go around at least a full revolution, and now you can see our needle is on the downstroke. And here we are at bottom dead center. This machine needs to be slightly passed, so we're going to raise it up slightly. And we're going to set our lower needle position at 250. We will enter that and go to the needle up parameter, parameter 453. Enter this, and we'll get the preset value of 000. And we're going to repeat the process again. We will turn the hand wheel in the direction of sewing and the direction of sewing only. We will turn it first until the numbers are updating, and you can see they're updating now. I'm going to turn it one full revolution, and as I'm bringing it back, I'm watching the take-up arm come up. And we're going to set our upper needle position on this machine where the take-up arm is at the very, very top. So, coming up, still rising, and right there it has stopped. And we're at a value of 123. We're going to enter this value, and now we can see we were at the starting point of parameter 290, and we're going to exit this routine by pressing the P button one time, and we see we're back at parameter 500. Now, before we sew the machine to verify its operation, we want to set our maximum speed so that we don't accidentally overspeed the machine. So we're going to go to the maximum speed parameter, which is parameter 111. To do that, we will press the double arrow button one time, which will make the 5 blink. Using the minus button, we will make it a blinking 1. Double arrow button again. The next 0 blinks. We will plus it to 1 and repeat that again. Double arrow button. The next 0 blink. We'll plus it to 1, and we have parameter 111 showing. We will enter this parameter, and it shows 4,000 RPM. Just for the sake of demonstration, let's go ahead and set this speed at 3,500. To do that, I'll use the minus button. Just press and hold, and it will decrement. A little overshoot there. We have now 3,500 RPM. We will press the enter button to enter that, and then press the P button one time to return to the sewing mode. Now we have our markers up showing that our beginning back tack is turned on. Right now we're going to turn this off, as we are our ending back tack. And notice we push the button below the symbol to exit that particular function. Now, to sew the machine, we will now sew it. And notice our needle down stopping position is correct. I'll heel back on the pedal, and it rotates the needle up, and we are good. Now, most of the time, you'll have this control box mounted underneath the table. Wherever you want to locate it is fine as long as the cables reach. You can put this on either side. The exact location isn't important. For the sake of our demonstration here, we're going to leave it on top of the table for future demonstrations.